Welcome to episode 5 of my animation and Rive course. Today we are going to continue with Morphing. Morphing Part 2, the sequel. I hope you enjoy it. See you in class. So now let's continue and create our third character. See, I've got a little thumbnail here. We're going to call her Jane. So the first thing we do is we create the state machine interaction for Jane. So I'm just going to press on this heat box here. It's already named Jane. Go to a listener. Create a listener that's called Jane. And we want for this one pointer down. When you press on the mouse, select input. That's the morph number, and the password that we're going to set to get into Jane's animation is 2, because we started with 0, 1 and then 2. Okay, now we just need to create an animation time frame for Jane. And I think if I look at these characters, Jane resembles Jim the most. So in order for us to have less work, let's just work on on Jim, and we can create Jane from Jim. So we're going to just go here and right click and duplicate, call this one Jane, and then go back into the state machine, add this Jane here, and then here for the condition, any state, morphing number, the number to go to Jane is 2. Okay, let's just, before we test it, let's just add a keyframe, C. So we're going to just go for the background. And I'm just going to pick this mustardy yellow. And let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. All we need to do now is we just need to increase the duration, so we've got a bit of, so otherwise it just goes straight there. We also want the increase the duration, and with the interpolation bring up this handle so it moves faster in the beginning. Okay, test it again. Everything's looking great. Okay, let's get on to Jane. Okay, for Jane we're going to go to the body, and we've already got keyframes here, so it's going to make it easy for us. So here what we're going to do, we're going to make a body a bit more slender. I think about there. The color we're going to change to white, and then we go to the neck, and then I'm going to give her a very elegant neck, something like that. That's looking cool. Okay, but for her, we need to change the skin tone. So I'm just going to put a keyframe here on skin tone. And then I'm going to go to Jim, put a keyframe on skin tone here, and to Tom. This could get quite a bit tedious, but it's important that you do this. This is the most tedious part of the process, but it's okay. Everything there's some sort of tedious process, I guess. Okay, then the same. Okay, what are we going to do with the face? Let's make a face slightly rounder, I think, just like that. And then put another keyframe for a skin tone. Choose that one there. Let's go to Tom. Just put a keyframe. To Jim, put a keyframe. Before we go further, let's test it. Everything's working. It's looking great so far. Okay, now let's work a bit on Jane's mouth. Jane's mouth, she's going to have the same mouth as Tom, I think. We can make another mouth for her, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to recycle Tom's mouth. So I'm going to go here to Tom mouth. we've already got keyframes here, which is great. No, I actually mean Jim's mouth, not Tom's mouth. Okay, so what we're going to do with her mouth is we're just going to make it smaller. Let's go for 70 and 70. And I feel like I want to move it up, so I'm going to put a keyframe here on X. Move it up slightly, and then for Jim, we're just going to put that X keyframe, and for Tom as well. And let's test the state machine. Oh, it's looking great. Let's work on the ears quickly. All we're going to do with the ears is we're going to add a keyframe for the color. Let's do that. And this is the inside. Look at this one's a bit darker. And then we need to go to Jim, and you know the drill by now. Let's go back to Jane. Get the other rectangle. Go back to the other guys. Keyframes. Keyframes, and let's do the other ear quickly. Exactly the same thing here. Like I said, this is a bit tedious. It's an important part of the process. Okay, yeah. We're almost done here. Okay, cool. Let's test it again. Remember, continuous testing. Okay, now we're going to change the hair. All we're going to do here is we're just going to make it 0 here, because it's already been, that parameter's also already been set. That's all we need to do here. And let's take the glasses away. Same thing here, that parameter's already been set. Let's select both of them. See if we can do that. We can do them at the same time. Save times 0 and 0. And the eyebrows, let's do the hair first before we do the eyebrows, so we can take the color from the hair. Okay, now we go to the state machine again. Just test everything. Everything works fine. Great. Now for the hair. Now this is something that sort of blew my mind when I first discovered it. I went into Illustrator. Let's go into Illustrator. And I designed the hair in Illustrator, because you can design nice things in Rive, but Illustrator is just a bit more flexible and complicated. And then I wondered, how can you import something from Illustrator into Rive? Because those of you who are familiar with After Effects probably know Overlord. It's a plugin that enables you to push shapes from Illustrator into After Effects. But then I discovered with Rive, all you do is Control-C and then Control-V. That's it. The mind boggles. And then it would add it to your assets folder. You would see it there. Then I can click on it, and then if you look on the right here, you'll see the shapes that's just been imported. So let's go to the hierarchy and take this layer 1. Oh, what happened there? Just take the layer 1 and I've just imported it, so I'm going to place it around here. Okay, let's go to Y and just Y. Let's go to Y and center. Just center the anchor point there. Now this one we're going to call Jane Hair Back. Jane Hair Back is going to go. Let me just close up these folders because things are getting a bit out of hand here. Okay, it's going to be in head, and there's the hair back. Okay, let's place that in there. Let's see what it looks like in animate mode. Oh, it's starting to look good. I'm just going to keep it like that for now. Now let's add a scale parameter here, and then for this one we're going to make both of them 0, and then the hair is just going to pop out. Just like that. Okay. And then this one we're going to make 0 because we don't need Jim's hair, and that's nice. This is really starting to come together nicely now. So we just test it again. Oh, great stuff. Now we just need the hair front. We go back into Illustrator, copy that, and then go into Rive and paste. So easy. And we can see it's still processing. Then, okay, there we can see the shape there. Bring it in. And then we just move this up around here. Call this Jane Hair Front. And then we're going to the we go to Jane. Let's just go into design mode first and just put it there. Okay, let me just think, how do we want Jane's hair? Let's try and make it appear from the top. So we press Y, just move it slightly there, and then press Y again. So the hair is going to scale out from the Y. Let's see what that looks like. Just press the Y here, and we go to Tom. 0, Jim, 0, and let's test the state machine. See, it's starting to look very, very weird. These morphing animations end up looking strange like that, but it's as you can see, everything's looking fine when we animate it. Okay, that's looking great. This is bothering me a bit. I don't know if that hair front, the way that's animated. Let's try a different way. Okay, take this keyframe off. Remember, we need to take them off for all of them. Let's try it something different. Sometimes these scaling something works really well, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. So this is just trial and error. It's a creative process, and like I said earlier, it's like you're like a magician. You have to figure out how you can disguise the morphs. It's like having a pack of cards and directing someone's eyes somewhere, and while they're looking away, something happens, and it's just like magic. Because this is what it is. This is magic. It's exactly the same thing as the great illusionists like David Copperfield. We're doing exactly the same thing here. This actually works nice. Let's go with this, because now we're gonna We're going to add one final move where the character goes up, it bounces. And when we do that, it's going to really accentuate everything. Okay, but let's call it a day for now. And then next time we're going to work on the final details. We're going to animate Jim's glasses, and we're going to add earrings for Jane. And then after that, we can work on the bounce animation.